Let me describe two people to you and tell me if either one sounds familiar. 5 years ago, Marcus was making $48,000 a year. He was renting a one-bedroom apartment, driving a 2011 Corolla with 140,000 miles on it. And honestly, he felt fine. Not rich, but fine. Then he got a promotion, $58,000. Then another one, $71,000. Then he switched companies for a big jump, $89,000. Today, Marcus makes $94,000 a year. That's nearly double what he made 5 years ago. He should feel twice as secure. He should have double the savings, double the breathing room, double the peace of mind. He has none of that. He actually has less cash in his checking account today than he did 5 years ago on less than half the salary. He's not doing anything crazy. No gambling, no secret addiction, nothing scandalous. He just upgraded. A nicer apartment because he could afford it. A newer car because the old one felt embarrassing to pull up in. Nicer dinners because he was working hard and deserved it. A gym membership, a few subscriptions, a slightly better wardrobe. Nothing individually reckless. But somehow, every single raise disappeared before it even landed. If you've ever gotten a raise and thought, where did that extra money even go? This video is going to explain exactly what happened to you in dollars and cents. My name is Bobby, and I spend way too much time thinking about the invisible mechanics that keep people broke no matter how much they earn. If you're someone who keeps climbing the income ladder but somehow never feels like you're getting ahead, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Getting a raise doesn't make most people wealthier. It just makes them more expensive to maintain. There's a name for this. Economists call it lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep, and it might be the single most effective wealth-destroying force in modern life, precisely because it doesn't feel destructive at all. It feels like reward. It feels earned. Let's talk about why this happens, because it's not a willpower problem. It's a wiring problem. Psychologists have a concept called hedonic adaptation. It's the tendency for humans to quickly return to a stable baseline of happiness, no matter what changes in their circumstances. Win the lottery, and within about a year, your reported happiness levels return close to where they started. Get a raise, and within a few months, that new salary doesn't feel exciting anymore. It just feels like your normal paycheck. And here's the trap, because the extra money stops feeling exciting, but the new spending it enabled does still feel good. Your brain quietly recalibrates what normal costs. The $58,000 lifestyle becomes the floor. Then the $71,000 lifestyle becomes the floor. Then $89,000. Each time, the ceiling of yesterday becomes the floor of tomorrow, and you never actually get ahead. You just get taller walls around the same cage. Let's actually run the math on Marcus, because the numbers make this painfully clear. At $48,000, Marcus was taking home roughly $3,200 a month after taxes. His rent was $950. Groceries were $300. Car payment, $0, because the Corolla was paid off. Insurance, gas, and basic expenses came to about $600. Subscriptions and going out, call it $200. That left him around $1,150 a month with real margin, actual breathing room. Now let's look at $94,000. Take home pay jumps to around $5,900 a month, nearly double. But watch what happened to the expenses. His rent went from $950 to $2,100 because he moved into a nicer building closer to downtown. Better amenities. That's already an extra $1,150 gone, more than his entire old monthly surplus. His car payment is $520 a month for a lease on something newer and nicer, plus higher insurance. So add another $650 total. Groceries somehow became $550 because good food is important now. Dining out and coffee runs, easily $450 a month because impressing coworkers and celebrating the promotion became a lifestyle. Subscriptions multiplied, streaming, a premium gym, a meal kit he barely uses, call it $180. Add in a slightly nicer wardrobe budget, occasional weekend trips. In general, I make good money now spending, and you're looking at another $400 minimum. Add it all up, $2,100 plus $650 plus $550 plus $450 plus $180 plus $400. That's $4,330 in expenses that simply did not exist or existed at a fraction of that cost 5 years ago. Take his new $5,900 in take-home pay. Subtract the new baseline expenses. He's left with roughly $700 a month in actual surplus, less than he had when he was making $46,000 less per year. Let that sink in. Marcus roughly doubled his income and ended up with less financial margin than when he started. Not because he's irresponsible, not because he's bad with money, because every dollar of new income got quietly reassigned to a slightly upgraded version of his old life before he ever got the chance to decide what to do with it on purpose. This is the part that really gets me. Lifestyle inflation doesn't announce itself. itself. Nobody wakes up one day and decides, I am going to spend all my future raises before I earn them. It happens one small, reasonable sounding decision at a time. You move because your current place feels small now that you can afford better. You upgrade the car because the check engine light on the old one feels beneath your new salary. You start ordering DoorDash twice a week because you're too busy now that you're more successful. Each decision is defensible in isolation. That's exactly what makes it so dangerous. There's no single moment where you can point and say, that's where I went wrong. It's death by 1,000 reasonable upgrades. Now, you might be thinking, Bobby, come on, I'm allowed to enjoy my success. What's the point of working hard if I can't upgrade my life? And look, that's a completely fair pushback. Nobody's saying live like it's still your $48,000 year forever. The problem isn't upgrading. The problem is upgrading at the same speed as your income, dollar for dollar, so that your savings rate never actually improves no matter how much you earn. Here's the number that matters more than your salary, your savings rate, not your income, your savings rate. Marcus's savings rate at $48,000 was around 36%. His savings rate at $94,000 dropped to about 12%. He nearly doubled his income and became worse at building wealth. If his income had gone from $48,000 to $94,000 and his savings rate had simply stayed at 36%, he'd be banking an extra $2,100 a month compared to where he is now. Over just 5 years, invested at a modest return. That's the difference between having roughly $15,000 saved and having well over $140,000 saved. Same raises, same career, same 5 years. A six-figure difference in wealth, purely from how the extra income was allowed to be absorbed. So what actually breaks this cycle? It's a simple rule, but it's uncomfortable to follow. Every time your income goes up, split the increase before your lifestyle sees it. Not the whole raise, just the increase. A common version of this is the 50-50 rule. When you get a raise, 50% of the new money goes straight to savings, investments, or debt payoff, automatically before it ever touches your checking account. The other 50% is yours to enjoy guilt-free. You still get to upgrade your life. You still get the nicer apartment or the better car if you want it, but you cap it at half the raise instead of the full raise plus whatever keeping up. Pressure adds on top. Let's rerun Marcus with this rule. Every raise, half locked away immediately, half available to spend. He still gets nice things. He still enjoys his success. But by the time he hits $94,000, instead of a 12% savings rate, he's sitting comfortably above 25%, with real investments compounding in the background the entire time. Same salary, same career trajectory, completely different financial trajectory, because he decided in advance what normal would mean, instead of letting his spending quietly decide it for him. Here's the mindset shift I want you to leave with. A raise isn't a reward you've earned to spend. It's a decision point. It's the one moment in the entire year where you have real leverage to change your trajectory, because the money isn't allocated to anything yet. Once it hits your checking account and gets absorbed into rent, car payments, and dinners out, that leverage is gone, and it won't come back until your next raise years later. The people who actually build wealth aren't usually the highest earners. They're the ones who figured out, often the hard way, that income and wealth are not the same thing. Income is what you're paid. Wealth is what you kept. And if every raise just buys you a nicer cage, it doesn't matter how big the number on your paycheck gets. You're still on the treadmill. You're just running faster. You can't out-earn a lifestyle that grows exactly as fast as you do. The only way off the treadmill is to decide, on purpose, that some of every future raise belongs to your future self before it ever reaches your wallet. If this video made you rethink your last raise, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more content that challenges how you think about money.